What's up, everybody? I'm Donnie, and this is the first episode of the Not Influence Show, a Crooked Hat production. So this past weekend, I took a trip up to Casper, Wyoming for a chassis certification seminar hosted by Joey and Courtney Anton at their shop, 307 Collision Center there in Casper. We had 15 cars sign up to get their chassis certed, and I can happily report that all 15 of them passed. Good job. Super stoked about that. And while I was up there staying at Joey's, I took the opportunity to sit down with him and Courtney and their son Couper and talk about their recent trip to Florida where they raced in the Cleetus rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive no prep race on the backside of Bradenton. And we also talked about their plans and goals for the 2025 racing season. And we talked about Joey's history with Pueblo Motorsports Park in honor of it being the track's 50th year. A lot of people may not know how connected Joey's racing program is to Pueblo, and it was cool to hear that. Typically, I'll be shooting these here in my office at Alpine Ford on Highway 50 in Pueblo, but since I was going to Casper anyway and Joey was just coming back from that race and had some stuff to stay, I packed up some of my gear and brought it with me. I did forget a microphone, so Joey and Courtney had to share one, and since we were in their garage in Wyoming, the heater kicks on a few times and you can hear that in the background, but overall the audio was good enough that I didn't want to scrap the whole video and not share it with you guys. But just keep all of that in mind while you're watching it and be sure that I'm going to polish it up some. And when we start, recording some of these here in the office, the audio will be a little more controlled. Really looking forward to some of the guests that we have coming on here soon. But for now, take a listen to what Joey, Courtney, and Couper have to say and hit that like, subscribe, and follow button. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. All right, y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Is it too loud? You good?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's see. So we're going to talk about, I'm new to this, right?
Yeah,
so
sure,
I'll try to do
whatever.
an
Yep.
introduction, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Florida trip and the race, and then history with PMP, and then Steel City races and stuff like that. See where we go. Is that cool?
Yep.
All right. So, I'm going to do this, clap.
You don't think that heater is going to be a problem?
I don't
hear it.
I
Is
don't
it
hear
on
it.
right now?
Yeah.
I hear it.
you hear it?
Like little tiny buzzing.
Those ones are noise canceling.
Yeah, these ones must be because I don't hear shit.
Yeah.
I can.
I don't.
Yeah, but
It's
you
up to
can't
you.
hear it in your. You can hear it in your mic.
No.
Yeah, just outside it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what it does. Like I said, if it do it again if we got to another time. If it's terrible audio. But all right. We'll do this. All right, so I don't even know what to say to start off yet.
What's
So
the
I'm
name of
trying
your
to-
podcast?
The Not Influence Show.
Yeah, I would say, hey, this is Donnie with
Yeah.
Non-Influence Show.
All right.
First guest, first
Yep.
podcast, first guest.
Yep.
Here we go.
There we go. So, welcome to the Not Influence Show. Today we got Joey, Courtney, and Couper, the Antons. First guest. So, you guys just got back from Florida, right?
Yes, correct. Bradenton.
What was going on down there?
We went down to the Freedom Factory, the backside of the track at Bradenton Speedway, for Cleetus McFarland's all-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive race on the backside.
And how'd that go?
Rear-wheel drive sucked. Like, I don't know if we really sucked. It's more the all-wheel drive guys had their shit together. Like, they were prepared. They they've actually raced on that surface a couple times. They've had 2 shootouts with just all-wheel drive,
Right.
and so all these guys were there. So they've been down the surface 2 separate races. So they had their shit together for sure.
Yeah.
They've been out testing. They had their shit together. Like,
Yep.
we didn't suck. By no means, none of the rear-wheel drive dudes sucked. There was one slow dude, like real slow, and other than that, like everybody other than like Ryan Mitchell, Wes Snow, also nobody's really talking about that. He went almost as fast as Ryan Mitchell, Casey Max, and so those dudes were super fast. They really had their shit together too. They just got bad draws, but everybody else was within a tenth first round. Like nobody sucked. Like it was just
And it was dry burnout, right?
right, dry burnout.
No testing.
No testing. We didn't. We actually went there the night we got there. We got into Florida at like 11 o'clock at night, their time, and we went straight to a street and we made a pass there, just making sure the elevation difference, the car wasn't just going to blow the tires off and act stupid. And it actually went faster than we did testing in Pueblo on the backside a few
Nice.
weeks before. We went faster to the 60 and the 330, but then the car did stupid stuff. And so we were just happy with it. And we just hung out the rest of the night and watched some street racing.
Right.
But yeah, the car did really good in that elevation other than our second pass. Then we had some issues.
What kind of issues?
We tried to turn it up out the back. We actually turned it. So our first pass, the dude ended up not showing up. Somebody broke. I don't know exactly what happened, but he broke and was not there.
Right.
And so we got a buy run first round. And my car spun from start to finish. It spun the whole entire time. And then after the 330, there was a transition around the 330, and the car wheelied really big hitting that transition. And so it got on the wheelie sensor too, and it just totally killed it. And then I was out of the throttle at 4.3 seconds, I believe it was. And it still went pretty fast for what everyone else was doing. But yeah, and so the next round we turned it down way down low and tried to turn it up out the back and try to fly out the back, and it just hit a boost cut, and we actually turned it up too. But so like here, what I command on to make boost, the car will make less boost than I command. But there at the elevation, we've never been in air like that. So
Right.
at that elevation, we just weren't sure what to expect. The car was making way more boost than what we were commanding. And so the night we made that pass on the street, we didn't get to make a full pass. So I had no clue that was going to happen. And so when it did happen, it was just pretty unexpected for us. And
Right.
Joey told me that we can't turn the car up much more. And so because of the boost safety, and so he turned the boost safety up, trying to be sure we weren't going to hit it, and we hit it. And so it just killed it. And once it comes on, the car makes no boost for 2 seconds. So
Right.
it was just over.
Who'd you race the second round?
OJ. Little OJ.
Yeah, little OJ.
The orange F-150?
Yeah, with a big block Chevy.
Yeah. He's been to Pueblo before.
That's what you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's a cool truck.
Colorado Truck Wars.
Right.
Yep.
Did they do that down there anymore?
Nah. The guy that was putting them on hasn't put them on the last couple of years. Just does a car show.
Oh. It'd be
Evil.
nice to catch them sons of bitches in our backyard.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
It'd probably go a little differently.
Yep.
But, yeah, like even like the dude that won it, we've been faster on the backside of Pueblo than what he was going, so.
Yeah, the Crazy Horse, is that
Right,
right?
yeah.
The diesel truck?
Yeah, but that dude.
Pretty cool truck.
Way cool, way cool. That
All
dude
the
was
trucks were really cool, honestly.
super cool.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Any drama or everybody was cool?
Other than Manuel just
Yeah, Manuel
letting us
just
know that we're all losers.
Yeah.
Like every 4
Yeah,
seconds.
he gets wild.
There wasn't a lot of. I don't think there was any drama other than
That's cool.
Yeah, no, it was.
making fun of us.
Yeah.
How long did it take you guys to get there from here?
30 hours.
In 30
One
hours
way.
home.
Yeah, like if we constantly drove, we stopped twice both ways and slept. And so yeah, we left Monday at like noon,
Mm-hmm.
and we got there Wednesday at 11 at night.
Yeah.
And we were tired, beat down, but we went straight and made that pass. And
Yeah, I've made the drive a couple times from Colorado to Virginia.
oh yeah,
Your trip was a little longer. Mine's usually like 26 hours.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yep.
30
Yeah,
hours
it's-
for less than 24 hours.
Yeah, we
was rough.
literally weren't even there 24 hours and turned around and came home. We were gonna try and leave the weekend before, like Saturday maybe, and do some stuff on the way, but we just had to work and it just
Right.
didn't work out that way. So the trip got cut short. So yeah, we drove there, raced, and we literally loaded up and came home.
Yeah.
2 different ways, both ways too.
Anybody there that you want to race in the future?
I'll race every
All of
one
them?
of them.
All of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Beater Boy can get it. Any of
Yeah.
them, they can all get it. Any
Yeah.
one of them. I'd race any of them.
Yep. What'd you think? You have a good time, Couper?
Yeah, I thought it was really fun. It was just cool seeing like Cleetus and all that stuff.
Yeah. First
Yeah.
time in Florida too, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the Cleetus was the most exciting for the boys.
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
watch his videos.
Yeah, they knew
and
who he was before we. Well, not before you did. Before we did, just with the
Yeah.
YouTube stuff that he does.
Yeah.
yeah, they had kept up with him, so they were all way more excited.
Yep.
So that was cool for them to actually go there, the Freedom Factory, and it was just cool experience.
What's next? What's your next race?
I want to go to Yellow Belly next weekend. That's Small Tire Gangsters for Poland and Jimmy Dale's race, and
Right.
I was more excited about that race than going to Florida, just mostly because of the drive.
Yeah.
At Florida, that was a long ways to go.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so
So that's on the plan for next weekend, right?
yep, it's
Yep.
next. If we do go, we'd have to leave like Wednesday because they do a Saturday or Thursday night testing, and you have to be there for that because everybody
Right.
else is gonna be.
What's the payout?
I don't know. So there's a 32 car deal Friday night for $40,000 that we're on the list if we're gonna make it. That's $1,000 buy-in, but it's 40,000 plus the buy-in, so it's 40 grand guaranteed for Friday night. I'm not sure what Saturday is for Small Tire, but I want to say it's like 20 something.
Nice.
But I'm sure it'll get big. It's usually a pretty big event.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I'm not sure about Saturday's payout.
Yeah.
But yeah, if things worked out, that would be the next race.
And then we got some Steel City races coming up. You're gonna try to make those, I'm hoping, right?
Oh yeah, yep. We'll definitely be at those. Yep. That stuff.
Fourth season.
Yeah. Yeah, 4th season.
And then of course Wind City, No Prep, and Bar None.
Yep. Bar none. There's 2 of them now. One of them, some stuff didn't align up, and so she canceled one of them, and so yeah, there's just 2 of those now.
Yeah, I saw Ashley's post.
Yeah.
So, but
Still-
at least there's still 2 of them. That'll
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
good.
She can make those 2 really big, and
She's working her ass off on those two.
yeah.
Yeah.
She
It's,
really
it's, a,
Sure.
it's a lot for when we ran it 2 people, and it's just 1 person now, and she's a badass. She's doing it
Yeah.
all by herself.
She's a big help to Steel City too.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Seems to enjoy doing that stuff, so that helps.
Yeah.
When somebody enjoys it.
For sure. She
Yeah.
does a good job.
Yeah. She does a really good job.
So, talking about Steel City at Pueblo Motorsports Park, I wanted you to talk a little bit about your history with Pueblo Motorsports Park since it's the 50th year. I think a lot of people that know you might not know that you've got a long history being at the track, racing at the track in Pueblo.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about where that all started.
So yeah, when my mom and my dad split up, my mom moved down to Pueblo. She went straight there, and so I don't even know what year. Like, my timelines are pretty bad, but it had to be late '90s. Yeah. God, I don't even know. It had to be late 90s
Right.
that she did that. And
Because she worked there too, right?
yeah, she worked the track. If she was just by herself, yeah, for a while. Yeah, if she couldn't afford to race, she definitely wanted to be there. So yeah, she ran the burnout box.
Yep.
A lot of times, if she couldn't race, she was working the burnout box. Then when we would come down there in the summertime, me and both of my sisters, we worked in the ET shack, handing out time slips to everybody, and yeah, we were there quite a bit.
And that's when Jay Gilman was the track manager,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yeah, we would work all day long, Saturdays and Sundays, Friday nights too. Those were fun to be at. The Friday night, that stuff was just the whole environment. It was cool. We didn't have to work a lot of the Friday nights. We got to hang out, but yeah, just I remember just work all day in that ET shack. It was full of Millers and Miller shit just
Yep.
everywhere, like. And
Not a lot's changed.
yeah, I remember that was when I found out what that was, but yeah, just Miller shit everywhere. Working in that hot little room, and then yeah, just all day, and then the end of the races, we would all meet at the bottom of the tower, stand at the bottom of the stairs, and they would bring our cash down, and we felt like we were on top of the world. It was probably $30 or something, but it was cool as a kid to hang out at the track all day and get paid to be there. It was super cool.
So how old were you at that time, you guess?
God, I couldn't even drive yet. I know that I remember when Ashley made her first pass at the track. My mom had bought a 71 or 72 Chevelle here from a guy, and I remember Ashley getting old enough to drive when we would be down there, and I remember Ashley making a pass in that Chevelle at the track, and that was the first time one of us had made a pass. And I think my dad was there. He came down for a weekend and hung out with us, and he was there for that. That was pretty cool. And so I had to be.
Well, she was born in 85 and she was 16.
Yeah.
2001.
And we had been going down there a long time before that.
Yeah, so probably late 90s you first started going down
Yeah,
there, early 90s.
because we were little.
Yeah.
And my mom, when she got down there, she was with Bob Serena for a long time.
Right.
And so there was just a little window where she moved in and lived with Bob, and yeah, so God dang, I've never even thought about that, like.
But
the
it's safe to
timeline.
say that Pueblo Motorsports Park might have contributed to your love of racing,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely. Yep, my mom was a big time bracket racer. They took it serious, her and Bob, and they took it way serious. And she was super good. She's got tons of trophies, plaques.
She won a Wally down there,
Yeah,
right?
she won a Wally down there in 2001. Yep. Yeah, she went to a lot of the division finals and stuff, and yeah, she took it super serious. Like it was cool. She lived. So when she'd first lived down there, they were starting to build Pueblo West. I don't know how old Pueblo West is, but to me it seems pretty new, because when she lived out there, it was a brand new apartment, and it was right in the middle of a huge field. Like there was a school out there maybe, in these apartments, and yeah, every Friday night she would get home from work, and we'd go pack a set of wheels in the trunk with slicks on them and bungee cord the trunk down because they didn't fit, and she would drive that old Highway 50, isn't it, going down from Pueblo West? And yeah, we would go to the track, and we would change the tires on her car, and she'd race all night, and we'd change them back and drive home, and we did that for a lot of summers. She had a 69 Camaro.
Yeah. And now you got your son and your nephew, Ian, helping you out, right?
Yep.
And of course, Courtney.
Yep. Courtney keeps us all in check. That's her big job.
I mean, it's pretty cool. You got your whole family as your racing team, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes it fun, right?
Yeah, it does. Watching them learn, watching them hopefully want to do it, because it keeps you out of trouble.
Yeah, for sure.
You ain't got money to go be an idiot. You just be an idiot and spend it on cars.
Yep.
That's a good idiot to be, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, they're a huge help. They're a huge part of this. It's just kept it going. I don't know if I'd want to keep doing it by myself. They're super helpful. They can change tires. They can all the fluids. It's almost to where I can just drive the car.
Right. You guys got a good system.
We do. We really do. It works well.
You love helping out, don't you, Couper?
Yeah, I think it's fun just going to Pueblo and just hanging out, and just like I just like the environment there. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Just like racing all day, and then at night just getting to hang out, just chill.
You want to race soon, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
He races. He's got a junior dragster, but maybe it's just not fast enough for him anymore already. I don't know.
It's fast enough for me.
Yeah.
Right.
I know that was wild. Like when you let us take the juniors down there for the first time, and I've always had these guys tell me and my dad how nerve-wracking it is to watch, and I'm so comfortable in the car that it sounds crazy to me that I don't care. Like I don't think they should be scared. Like I got it under control. I don't think they should be scared. But watching them for that first time, my guts were messed up. That was way nerve-wracking. Just you start thinking
picture them going eep on accident. You're like,
just one little
That was cool seeing them race each other
It's super cool
on the backside of Pueblo.
Yep. Yeah, we had no weights on the car. Like they were going as fast as they could go, and that was I don't know how smart it was, but it was definitely cool, nerve-wracking, and so it made me understand it from their perspective, talking about how nerve-wracking it is when I race, but it made me realize that it is kind of a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah. So talking about Pueblo and Steel City No Prep, what's your biggest memory? You've won a lot of races down there. Lost a couple that but
yeah.
so
can't be a winner without being a loser.
that's right.
Absolutely.
We are sore losers.
Terrible losers. We hate it.
But you guys are just competitors as a whole team.
Yeah.
So
We went out for so many years and just sucked and traveled and would lose first round everywhere. And so once you got a taste of winning, it sucks so bad to lose. Like
right.
it was, I don't know.
Well,
We
the
don't-
one year we won almost every single race, and then the next year we were like, yeah, and then we would lose. We were like, what the shit is going on?
last year, I mean, people did get faster last year for sure, so that didn't help. But last year we were just so set on moving. Work was busy, super busy. Like we had a lot of other stuff on our mind. Like in the 2 years before that, we had gone so hard that it felt like a job,
Right.
and it just sucked. And then with wanting to move and work and buying a house and stuff, we went out last year and totally sucked. But
you still won.
we won the very first
Yeah.
one. We've
Yep.
I mean, we've probably been the most winning one down there for sure. That wasn't it the first year? We missed the whole first year.
The first season, you guys didn't make it down.
And that was
The
that
second
one.
season, I think you won 3 out of 4 of the races, small tire.
Yep. And the one we lost, the tranny brake
Yeah.
messed up and that John with the white fox body beat
John
us.
Larson,
And that was cool. It's cool to see dudes like that win too, because they're out there working hard just like everybody else. And so it was frustrating at the time, but it's cool to see people like that. Like,
Yeah, he's a
like
nice dude too.
way
He
nice
is
dude,
nice.
super nice. I really like John.
Yeah.
They all are. Everybody that goes there is nice. Nobody's a problem down there. It's super cool.
It's a good time.
It is. It's a way good time. We look forward to it, and it's not a far drive for us. So we don't mind it.
Yeah.
We like it.
It's not a far drive.
I know you got here today just from Colorado Springs and was like, "Damn, that's a long drive."
You guys
And
do
it's-
it all the time, towing a trailer.
It's like it's nothing to us anymore. It's
6 hours is way better than 30.
I'd
Yeah.
much rather do that drive, and
Yeah.
that's why it'd be so cool to have stuff going on around here. Like you see all these dudes racing over on the East Coast, and they're fast in their backyard, and who's to say what would happen if they came out here? But they don't have to come out here. They got so
Right.
much racing going on around there that they don't need to come travel. And
It's
so
hard to get them to come.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
For
and
sure.
that's what sucks with like all the Texas dudes and stuff is there's just so much racing for them, and it'd be cool to get something like that in our area. It's tough for us. Like, it sucks because you change something on the car and you go to test, we got to drive 6 hours to you.
Yep.
And if something ain't right, we just wasted 6 hour drive and fuel and time and drive all the way home to change something. So sometimes it is, think about if we lived in an area where there was constant racing, how much better we could be, but I like it here, so
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah. And then when is the first Bar None race?
I don't know now. It was going to be in
changed.
June.
It was June 7th. Now it is. We're
Is it
terrible.
August?
Terrible host.
Or
Think
July?
so.
Is it July?
But there's
I don't
two. There's
There's
going to be
two.
two.
Yeah,
Hold on. You can re-ask when
we'll
you look.
find it.
Yeah. And a lot of the same people that race in Pueblo on the backside come up and race Bar None races too. So has a pretty similar vibe of everybody getting along and having a good time.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think so too.
Yeah, July 12th and September 20th.
Got you.
Yeah, July
Yep.
12th, September 20th. Yeah, it's cool. It's a street, concrete. Yeah, it's a good time.
It's cool that the town of Bar None is behind it and lets everybody go out there and race and
The
no
guys
problems.
Absolutely.
The guys that run Bar None are good family men that want good things for their community, and they just have literally welcomed us with open arms.
Yeah.
It's been great.
They're super cool.
Yeah. I had a good
Oh.
time when I came up last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all I
they-
did was hang out and take pictures and
Yeah.
watch some
Fire
racing.
department is
Yeah.
really good to us.
Everything was safe. Yeah, you got the fire department out
Yeah.
there and everything. And
Yep.
It was a fun time.
It was. It's a way good time. It really is. And it's here. We've never had anything like that around here, so
Yeah.
it's cool to be able to be home that night. And yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah. And then Joe Barry flagged the one
Yeah.
race that I came
Yep.
up for.
Yep. That was cool.
And of course, he flags the Steel City races.
Yep. Yep. He does an awesome job.
He takes it pretty serious.
He
you know,
takes it
does-
really serious,
He's,
yeah.
he's about it.
He
Yeah, we
is.
like that. No bias, you
Yeah.
know, a
Yep.
true flagger that doesn't give a shit about you personally. It's just about a clean race.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what makes it smooth.
Yeah.
'Cause we don't have
Yeah.
to worry about anybody picking favorites or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does.
He's fair to everybody.
He is. Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Including Steel City. That's just,
He
we
gets
know it's going to
along.
be a good race when Joe's flagging.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. He likes everybody equal. He ain't picking favorites. Yeah. Like the time he told me I jumped. Pretty sure I didn't, but
He was so scared to tell you too. He even looked at, I remember that he looked at me and he was like, and I
Uh-oh.
was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he jumped and he was like, I didn't want to say it.
and that was that last race for the survival one.
Yeah.
And that sucked. I had been sick for like 2 months, could not get over it, and like I felt like crap. So I really wasn't into it, and that sucked.
Yeah.
I used to jump a lot back.
Yeah, he had a nick, Jumpin' Joe.
Yeah.
his
Jumpin'
nickname.
Joe.
Yeah, I used to be bad
Yeah.
about it, but
That's
then
funny.
On a light.
yeah,
On a light, you were
yeah. Yeah.
So, are the Bar None races going to be flagged, or your dad built?
Yeah, my dad built
a
a
tree
tree
that-
that was
yeah.
similar, but it's a lot brighter, taller. Yeah, it's
on
That's
a
cool.
button.
Yeah, it's
it's
on
nice.
a button. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless we can get Joe to come stand out there every race in the heat.
Well,
He
you
probably
never
likes
know.
those Steel Cities because it gets cool. That heat stuff, that stuff's killer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that.
Oh, it gets hot in Pueblo too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah, we got Ryan DeClue that runs the light and stuff here, and he does a really good job too. Super fair. He's
Yep.
a good dude.
Yeah, I met him the first time I came up
Right, yep.
for one of the races. He was out there flagging.
Yep. Yep, he does a good job.
And then you had what was the announcer's name on that last race that came to?
Corey.
He did a
He's
good
so
job
Corey,
too.
yeah,
He's
super
awesome.
cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was
Yeah,
awesome.
we
He's a
like
good
Corey
guy.
a lot. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, Corey's a good dude.
There was a good turnout for that race too.
It was, yeah. That's what we think now too. With two of them, Ashley's going to be able to do some big payouts and be a better payout with people being excited for the two of them. So
Yeah. And so Ashley's running it all by herself now, and you guys are focused on racing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. That's
Yep,
what we
she
want to.
took over everything, and she's been doing.
Yeah.
Busting her ass.
She
Crazy.
takes it pretty serious
Oh,
yeah.
too.
Yep,
She
she takes
does.
it to heart.
Yeah.
It's her baby. So when she was really upset about having to cancel the one race.
Oh,
So
I
that really
bet
killed her.
she
She put in a
was.
lot of work to get all three, and then they had to. Then there was a discrepancy in the time that we didn't know about until now. So she was
Right.
really upset to have to cancel that one. But I
Yeah,
think
I'm
that she's
sure.
going to make the two better than they were last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since they don't conflict with Steel City,
Mhm.
hopefully I can make it up too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Absolutely. That would be
I'm
cool.
thinking a lot of people from Colorado probably will too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
hopefully.
It's cool that we got the two, Wind City and Steel City. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
a lot of everybody's
Same
friends,
racers,
mostly,
yeah.
and
Yep. Everybody helps.
everybody
each
likes
other
to
out,
race
yeah.
together. So,
Yep. Yeah, it's cool.
yeah.
Except for Hayden,
Yeah.
little bastard.
Yeah. I know.
He's the one who made me jump on that too. Just for the record, he paid me to jump.
I'm sure.
He was sick of losing, so he paid me to jump.
Right? Yeah. Hayden.
We have stories like that for every time we lose. We're like, which one should we pick?
Yeah, they're not even stories. It's true.
The first year you came down for Steel City, there was a lot of everybody trying to pit you and Hayden against each other.
Oh yeah. And there was people like our friend here. I seen at a car show, and they were like, "Hey, why do you hate that dude?" And I'm like, "We don't. Me and Hayden are actually pretty good friends.
Yeah.
Like, talk every day type friends." And like, he was like, "Oh my god, I thought you guys really hated each other." And we're like, "No, I didn't."
Yeah.
There was one race here too that got me and him got pretty heated in the drivers' meeting, and it was
Mhm.
dumb. Little shit, CRISPR human
Started
some-
shit,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Little fucker.
not Chris.
Yeah, no, not Chris.
Yeah.
But no, it got heated. But then we hugged it out, and it was over right then.
Yeah.
But it was pretty heated. That was the one Callie Nate was up here for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I missed that race.
yeah. And it sucks too, because Nate planned on coming to a Pueblo race too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's wild.
And he won, right? That
Yeah,
race?
he did. Yep, me and him were probably the best race of that day. Like, he beat me. So Bar None's known to turn into a lane race sometimes, and so we've tried to do what we can to prevent that, and so hopefully we can prevent it again this year. But so I got the bad lane when I raced Nate, and it was still like my front bumper was at his back tire, and even he had come. It was like third round maybe. And so he knew about the lanes, and he came over. I wasn't even unstrapped out of the car, and he came over and was screaming how he couldn't believe that I just went that fast and how good a race it was. And I was just so bummed out because that one was for 10 grand. It was
Right.
a big race, and so I was just bummed out. And I was like, yeah, but I freaking lost. But that was pretty cool to have him come. He was the
Absolutely.
first one. He
Mhm.
opened my door. That was super cool. Nate was a good dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get the chance to ever be there in person while I was racing, but
Yeah, he took it serious.
Yeah.
It was a job to him, but he had a ton of fun doing it.
yeah, he raced all over the place.
He did, yeah. Fast everywhere he went too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good race. It was even being that close to him was cool too. But after I calmed down and thought about it, it was a cool deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of the lanes that race being a lane race, Joey and his dad were out there for 10 hours one day.
Yeah.
We rented a
A hot seat
industrial
pressure
hot
washer.
pressure
That was the
washer.
race I came up for, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Pressure
You guys were out
washed.
there
Yep.
working hard on.
Yeah. Me
And it still turned out to be
Yeah,
a lane race.
it's-
It's just that
I
one
wonder
side.
what is caused, what
I don't know.
I think the grooves are a little bit different on the one side.
Yeah, because it's grooved concrete, but it takes it different. We
Yeah.
can't figure it out. I don't know.
But most people just see past it and come and race and have a good time
Yeah.
anyway.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep. A lot of people have still won in the bad lane too. So
because it's tough, like you said, there's nowhere really close.
yeah,
Douglas
There's
has a
nothing.
few races, but
yeah. We like
other than that,
yeah.
with
There's not a
Vandermeer
whole
being
lot going
shut
on
down.
around here. Yeah,
Yeah.
Vandermeer getting shut down, that sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have our own backyard to be racing in, and
There's
that's
been
why.
a couple guys with money to put in their 2 cents about building a track, but it just never goes anywhere because this is a snowy place. So
Yeah.
they can't.
It's definitely going to be
justify-
seasonal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't.
justify putting millions of dollars into a track you get to use three months out of the year.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I think that makes it tough with, like, you're talking about, like, living somewhere where you can race all the time.
Yeah.
So guys that do live on the East Coast or down in Texas or out in California where they can race year round, just think about how much more racing they're doing than everybody around here.
Just constantly getting faster.
Yeah.
Because, take Pueblo for an example. There's no drag racing from the end of October until really May.
Right.
Unless we get a good day in April, we try to do a test and tune on the front side and one on the back side, but those are dependent on weather.
Right. And it's so unpredictable.
Mm-hmm. We
until
can't really count on being able to race until May.
Right. Yeah.
And then it's pretty much a wrap middle to end of October.
Yep.
Then you might have a day here and there, November, December, where you can do a little rental or get some people together and make something work. But in those other places, they can race year round,
Yeah, yep. Yeah, that would be, it makes you wonder how fast you could be. Like
We have a 5-year goal, Donnie. In the end of 5 years, we're going to be living in Texas.
For real?
Yeah, that's our
I've
goal.
thought about moving to Texas, too.
Texas seems cool. And we
Where
drove
at in
through there.
Texas?
We don't know.
Google tells us the Woodlands.
Yeah.
But we have friends that live down there that live in South Texas is like that's where you should be.
Yeah.
But, so we don't know, but that's our 5-year goal right now
Is to move from Wyoming to Texas.
That would be cool.
Then you can race year round.
No, that's what.
So in 5 years, how old is Couper going to be?
18, but he's going with us.
Yeah.
We're not going unless all the kids go.
Yeah, they got to go.
We like our kids. We don't.
Yeah,
I'm not
gotta
raising
go.
them to get them to the world. I'm raising them to stay with us
Yeah,
until
there
they're like
you go.
40. So.
Yeah.
Just get some land down there in Texas
Yeah.
and say, hey,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Build your house in the
this
corner.
is where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're definitely a huge part of everything we do. There's literally nothing we go do that's with just us. We take them. They're involved in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All three are boys, and Ian,
Yeah.
Ashley's son,
Yeah.
and even Jasmine, Ashley's daughter. Everybody,
She helps.
your
Ashley.
dad, literally you guys are a racing family
Yeah. Yep. Yep,
and
it's all
have
we've done.
been since as long as you can remember, right?
Yep. Yep.
And as long as you can remember now. So,
Yeah, it gives them something to want to
Look
do
forward
when they
to.
get older.
Yeah.
Look forward to, and
We have pictures of Couper in diapers with his buddy Paxton Carnegie in Bassinet in Douglas
yeah,
when they were
At the
babies.
track?
Yeah.
Really?
yeah, yep,
Yeah, babies drinking bottles. They both have a bottle.
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
so their
they've
whole
been-
life they've been around it.
yep. And that's exactly what happened to me. Was around it my whole entire life too.
And it's probably why Ashley is so passionate about
Yeah,
what she's doing,
Yeah.
Trying to promote races and
yep,
help out even with Steel City. Like last year, there's a lot of things that probably wouldn't have happened if she didn't help me
right.
because I was just so busy with work. And
Yeah,
then,
you change jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep,
She's
Yeah.
a really good organizational.
yeah.
yeah,
Get people in line, make them do what they need to be doing.
yep.
Did Kayla ever race or?
No, Kayla's never.
She helped out when you guys were.
Yeah, she was always around when we were kids, doing the same stuff we were, watching them race and right there with us. But yeah, she's out doing her own thing. Lives
Yeah.
in California. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, she just does her own thing.
But your dad still races too sometimes here and
Yeah.
there, right?
Yep. Things have just gotten so crazy fast that back in the early 90s and stuff, he was the guy around here everybody wanted to beat. His car used to say Mr. Z on the door, and that's what everyone still calls him. There's still a lot of people that call him Mr. Z, and everyone always wanted to beat him back in the day, but nowadays stuff has gotten so fast that it's hard to hang with, and so he just follows us around and helps us out, and definitely a big help to us.
Yeah. Where'd Mr. Z come from?
He's from Bowman, North Dakota. It's just a little tiny town. The first time I'm pretty sure it's the first town you come to when you get into North Dakota. And there was a guy there that had a 69 Camaro in like an old farm auction, and he saw it in the auction. I think he's had the car since 1990, and he saw it listed in that farm auction, and he went to it, and he went and bought the car, and it just said Mr. Z on the door, and it had a...
The car he's got now?
Yep.
The same one that he's
Yep,
raced at Pueblo and
yep.
bar none that I've seen? Yeah, it's a
Yep.
cool car.
Yeah, and so he redid it, put quarter panels on it, and painted it Hugger orange, and by then everybody knew him as Mr. Z. So, yeah, it's just he bought it that way.
Yeah.
And his last name doesn't even start with a Z.
Right. So a nickname
Yeah.
stuck
Yeah.
from buying a car.
Right, and a lot of people that don't even know him but think they know him, they think his real name is Mr. Z, and so yeah, there's still a bunch of people that call him that.
Yeah. And Courtney used to race a little bit too, right?
I did it for TV. I did it for the gram. Yeah, I did it for TV. I raced on the Gone Girls Street Outlaw show.
Yeah.
Did you like it? Did you like racing? Or do you like helping Joey more? Like, do you like what
rather-
you do now?
I like
more?
what I do now.
Yeah.
The
That's cool.
racing thing was cool for TV, but it was stressful.
Yeah.
I think if it was closer, we didn't have to spend 8 weeks in Vegas away from our family.
Right.
It would have been it's not for me. I like to help.
Yeah.
I like to be on the outside.
And you do a
making
good
sure.
job too. Like everybody, Couper, Ian, you, your dad, even Ashley, you know, they're filming each side of the car. And
Yeah.
Yep, everybody has their jobs, and most every time they get done correctly.
Yeah.
We really haven't had any like fights or.
No.
There's a couple times where we had a couple scuffles, but
yeah.
Yeah,
everyone
no.
knows their jobs, and
Yeah.
you got to get it done.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the season getting started.
Yeah, same.
We're
You
usually
guys got-
chomping at the bit by the time the
Yeah.
Steel City races come around.
Yeah.
But
I
you'll
know.
already have raced a bunch by then.
I know.
Florida,
Yeah.
Texas.
I don't
We
know if I'm
went
going to
to-
Texas.
Yeah, Courtney, she got talked out of it.
I,
Waylon's wife scared her.
It's just known as the gangsters race, and I have
Right.
small children, and I don't. If it's not family friendly, I don't need to be there.
Right.
And I my teenagers, they like to bet, and we were told you bet, and some of the guys don't pay you, and when they don't pay you, and you go ask for the money, they beat your ass, and I'm not about it. I don't.
Yeah.
This is we're a family race and racers, and I don't
Yeah,
like it.
hopefully that's not the case.
No.
Well,
I
that's
know it wouldn't be the
almost
case
every
at
case.
Pueblo.
No.
No.
Yellow
God,
Belly
no.
is literally called the gangsters race for a reason. Like there's people gambling on the side, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
it's
not family
it
friendly.
looks, yeah. But it looks like a cool deal.
Yeah.
It looks fun. It looks like a
Still
good time.
looks fun, but I just not
Good
family friendly.
payout too.
Yeah, really good payouts.
And so is it capped at 32 cars?
The Friday night deal, it's I think Poland calls it like a Gangsters Cup or something. And it's Friday night is 32 cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to lock in. It's $1,000 with 40,000 guaranteed and buy-ins on top, I'm pretty sure. So it'll get pretty big.
Yeah.
So
Those guys seem like they put on a pretty good show.
They
you
do.
know?
Yeah, it seems. I think last year there was like 60 some cars or something in that little Gangsters class.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cars.
There's a lot of
So
cars.
we've been talking a little bit about no prep, backside racing, street racing. But you got another car now too, right?
Yeah, yep, a front side, no prep deal. Yeah, we've already been super fast with it and it's working. So we look forward to your front side deals down there. What's that
Rocky
called?
Mountain Streetcar Series. We had to come up with something.
Yeah.
But there's a
yeah,
lot of classes.
Yeah.
It should be a good time. It's going to be
Absolutely.
prepped to go fast.
Yep.
So I think that car is going to do good. You know,
Yeah.
there's going to be, sounds like we're going to have a lot of fast cars that haven't
Yeah.
had anywhere to race. You know, some PSCA guys are
Right.
talking about showing up to that too. And
That's perfect. Give everybody something to do.
guys that have cars that either they don't want to race or can't race on the backside
Yeah.
have been looking for somewhere to race on the front side. So
Yep.
that series, you know, should be something that they should show up to,
Right.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't complain about that prep. That's
But I think we're going to see a lot of people that race on the backside or race up here, even in Bar None or whatever,
yeah.
show up to race in those races too.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then we'll really see how that shakes out, right?
Yep. I think it's going to be a good deal because, like the people who don't want to try that no prep stuff, there's no excuse now. That's going to be a good deal for everybody.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff going on down in Pueblo for everybody. There's no reason if you got a race car, you shouldn't be down there.
For real.
That's going to be good for everyone.
There's some index classes too. So
Right.
there's some import classes. There's literally a class for anybody that wants to race.
Right.
As long as it gets 8 cars,
Yeah.
the class will make and we'll run it.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it'll be a good time. Good payouts. They're progressive based on car count.
Yeah.
So they, 32 cars is going to pay out a lot.
Yeah.
That
would be cool.
Mhm.
There's a lot of cars around here too that it should get high car counts.
I hope so.
It really should. I think that prep deal is going to bring out a bunch of people that haven't raced in a couple years.
Yeah.
We've been to a lot of frontside prep tracks, and I will say that Pueblo has the nicest, kindest, easy to work with people working the front side of the
Yeah.
Oh
track.
yeah, absolutely. Vegas
Yeah.
is horrible. Every time we've been to Vegas, we've been in an argument with staff.
That
The track is
sucks.
so cool, but yeah, their staff are a bunch of shitheads, and
Mhm.
we've been messed with every single time.
And
It's
it's not
crazy.
like approached and then approached again, and they're like, okay, this is the second time. The first time, they're like, you're disqualified. It's just like, give us a chance here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not very nice. in
Yeah, that
Vegas.
place sucks. Every time we
Pueblo's-
go, it reminds us why we don't go. It sucks.
Yeah, Pueblo's kind of short staffed compared to some other tracks, but
Yeah, but things
Well,
still get ran smooth,
I
and
agree. And your people are
everybody
kind.
who works there is only working there because they love.
race.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
right. Yeah,
And sometimes it takes a group of people who are willing to race less so other people can race more. And that's just part of the sport, you know?
Yep. And it makes for good ran events too. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you guys. If you guys are short staffed, like you're saying, it doesn't show because nobody's freaking out. Nothing.
Mm-mm.
Everything's ran smooth.
Smoothly.
It's
Sometimes Dave gets a little freaked
yeah.
out. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Dave, he's wild. Dave
Yeah.
could be-
He's been there a long time.
Dave's been there a long time. When my mom raced there, he was there racing it was like a 60-something Mustang.
Yeah, he's got a Mustang.
Yep.
He hasn't raced it in quite a while, but
Right.
he's
yeah.
got a nice Mustang.
Yep. Yeah, I remember always watching Dave. God, there was a bunch of people like
Yeah.
Sutton. What was Mike Sutton?
Mike Sutton.
Mike Sutton.
His son Brian Sutton still races. He
Oh, he
bracket racer.
Oh yeah.
Races a dragster.
There was what was the little guy's name? Ray. Ray. Did he just pass away too?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember his name. I remember there was a guy named Todd, had a Pinto wagon, had zoomies on it that was just loud as shit. I remember him always racing. He was a funny dude. God,
There's a lot of good races down there.
Yeah, there was. I remember the
They
Friday
take
night.
that bracket racing serious down
They-
there
yeah,
too.
oh yeah.
Yes,
and
they
that's all my mom did too. So that's all we were involved with growing up was bracket racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
And then we got your cousin Trent. He races down there. You know.
Yeah, that's your cousin. Good
He's gonna be
Lord.
sad about that.
Trent's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
He's wild.
he
He's
is.
a wild dude. I like Trent.
But he's always ready to race.
Yeah, he is always.
Just a little late to the racers meeting.
Trent's a
That's
good
all.
dude. Yeah, other than he's a little late. That
Yeah.
dude's gonna be late to his own funeral.
I'm super stoked to see his brother Tyler back out
Yeah,
racing
that car
too.
he's building looks badass. That
Yeah.
thing looks super cool.
Yeah.
He's doing a way good job on that, building it himself too. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's gonna be a cool car. He's gonna come out and whoop Trent's ass. I guarantee you that.
I'm sure. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to the season and
Yeah, us too.
seeing how everything goes. And
Yep.
I'm on the fence on whether or not I'm going to be back next season or not,
Oh,
but
shit.
we'll see.
Don't start that.
I've said it every year, but
You'll be back.
yeah.
That's why we seriously sympathize with all race
Yeah,
race
promoters.
masters,
Yeah,
promoters. You
it's-
guys go through a lot of shit, and dealing with drivers, race car drivers, is the hardest job on the planet.
Some of them do
There's
nothing but complain.
Literally.
yeah.
Oh, we know. Yeah,
They're
it's
biggest crybabies on the
100%.
planet.
So we sympathize with you greatly.
Yeah.
But, I'm sure I'll still be involved at some capacity. I just
Yeah.
don't know if I'm going to have it in me to
Yeah, you
be
got-
as involved as I
yeah.
have been for the last 8 years
Right.
or not. But I'm not going to make a decision on that until the end of this season and
yeah.
see what happens.
Well, you got your truck pretty much done.
It's
too.
close,
You probably want
yeah.
to go
Yeah, I
out and
was gonna
race
say-
now.
I'd like to
Yeah,
go
you wanna be
racing
on
with
the other
everybody
side of it.
for sure.
Yeah, so you can't blame you for wanting to do that.
Yeah.
But, I still want to be part of making sure everybody else has a good, safe
Right.
place to
Yeah.
race. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Definitely do a good job with that because we've never, I don't think we've even seen an argument down there. Like it's,
it happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
we did the one with the streetcar. That guy got pretty mad
oh yeah.
when he stopped because
Oh,
when his
yeah,
battery
to
died
fix
or
his
ran out of
car.
gas.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
such a crappy
That was
deal.
That was like the
That-
worst thing
that-
that has ever
It was
happened.
tough.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
But you can see it from both ends. If you guys
Mhm.
would have let it slide,
And you
just
always
what
have
it
to.
We
could
don't,
have.
yeah.
What
I
it-
mean, you got to make the cruise. There's a reason
Right.
for doing it.
Yep, and those dudes are nice dudes. Like that just sucked. That was just a bad deal. But if you guys would have let it slide, it'd open a window for
Yep.
all kinds of crap to
Yeah.
happen, and you guys just don't need that.
No.
So you got to see it. Yeah, it was the right call, but it sucked because that kid's so nice.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah.
The plan is to live stream the Steel City races
Oh, that'd
too,
be cool,
and then
yeah.
That's be cool.
Yeah.
front side races as well.
Yeah.
Just for fun,
Right.
something to try to, I think that's another thing too, is that on the East Coast and in Texas and in California, there's more people who are willing to take the time to promote everybody, right?
Yep.
So locally, we don't really have a lot of people that are out there pushing videos and pictures and
Yep.
live streaming and whatever.
Yeah, so there's probably a lot of people that don't even know about like what
What
could
we're
be
doing.
going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, you see tons of stuff about dig or die and all
Yeah.
the lives and
yeah,
and that's a huge race, but it's all the same people always doing it just like everywhere else. So
because honestly, and I might be a little biased, but and just like anywhere, there's some things that if I had the ability to change it, I would. But
Yeah.
I really think the backside at Pueblo is probably one of the best places for that kind of race of any
Right.
other track that does backside
Yeah.
racing.
absolutely, I agree.
I
The
agree,
concrete
too.
wall goes down, the
Yep.
shutdown's good.
Mm-hmm.
The sand trap is it's
You can go fast,
Yeah,
Mhm.
you
it's
know.
safe, it's fast, it's
So
we've been super fast down that backside too.
Yeah.
And last year we had a goal that I wanted to meet, but last year it just wasn't in us. It was weird. It
Yeah,
just
last year was weird.
it
you
was
guys
a
fought
weird
some
year.
demons and stuff
Yeah, we
last year,
did.
some
Yeah,
little
it was.
gremlins
And our
and
head just wasn't super in it like it was the last 2 years, and so this year we'll get that goal. We went pretty fast last year, and I think we can pick up a little bit more and go even faster. So
Are you gonna? So some of the couple of the front side races are on Fridays. The Friday before
Oh,
the
they are?
backside race.
oh, cool.
Are you gonna
didn't
bring both
notice that.
cars and try to do both of them, or what are you thinking?
Possibly, if we could figure something out, yeah, that'd be cool. We'll definitely
So
we would
that,
have to, because my green car probably wouldn't go down that backside, but
right?
I'm sure we could figure it out if we have to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure.
2 of those front sides are on Fridays, and then the other 2 are on
Oh, really?
Saturday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I put them all on my schedule, but I didn't catch on to that.
Yeah.
We just need somebody to step up and sponsor us a stacker.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
looking for that.
it's not a big ask, really.
No.
Yeah, we're not asking a whole lot.
No.
Somebody needs to step up though. We can't keep struggling like this.
Don't you got a homeboy that has an RV place? Maybe he's got a connection on
Yeah,
getting
he
you that
might.
stacker.
Somebody needs to. We need a stacker.
Yeah.
We need it. But yeah, that would.
Need is a strong word.
Yeah, gotta have it. That's better.
Yeah.
And we could take Cooper's Jr.
You still gonna race a junior?
Probably.
We,
Yeah.
you know what? We did all that paperwork and never sent it in.
Oh, you never sent it in?
No, we still have it.
Oh, man.
Honestly, that we are not those type of people. Like,
Yeah, we
don't.
couldn't slow those things down. I wouldn't even know what.
Not even that. We don't want to. Why
Yeah.
would, like, we get it safety, we get it. We get
Yeah.
the safety. But sending, even like bracket racing, how they, I just can't send a car out, no, we can go faster, and then, not letting
Slow it down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Right.
just
Yeah.
go on the backside of Pueblo.
That
and
goes
let 'em
against
race
your
each other.
that goes
Yeah.
against your personal beliefs,
Yeah,
right?
I
it's-
just don't like all the restrictions put on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot to learn with
Juniors.
it too. I
But
just
you
don't-
guys got them those juniors not necessarily to compete.
Right.
Yeah,
in
just teach them
junior.
100%.
racing, let them
Yeah.
race.
Learn how
yeah.
to drive, and then Cooper's almost ready to go into an actual car. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figure something out there, but yeah, it's definitely helped. They race them in bar none. They make like 4 or 5 passes every
it's
event.
always cool
and-
to see it.
Yeah,
for
and they
sure.
do.
all the little kids love seeing.
I
Yeah,
know.
around
And that's
here.
that's attainable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just nothing like that around here. So yeah, all the kids, it blows their mind to see them out there. So give everyone else something to look forward
sure.
to too. But yeah, Cooper's ready for a real car already.
Yeah.
'Cause I think it'd be pretty cool to be helping them driving.
Because even bracket racing, some high school racers, like Bob's son,
John, yeah.
John.
Yeah.
so he was racing high school
Yep.
last year and racing a dragster in Super Pro
Oh yeah, yeah.
in bracket racing.
Yep.
He's a good kid too, man. I
Way
really
good
like
kid.
him.
Yeah. Yep. We sucked last year. I was ready to I could have just burned my car down. So we let John make a pass in the car too.
Yeah, that was way cool. I remember
Yeah,
that.
he
Yep.
did good too.
Bob and
turned
John
it-
both were a big deal in helping us get our junior set up too. We had
Yeah.
no idea what we were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, them guys were a huge help. Yeah.
Yeah. John raced juniors.
Yep, and they were super good at it. The people we bought ours from talked about how if you had to race those guys, you were pretty much going home. So
And
yeah,
then
they.
he raced his little S10 on the backside with us a couple times too.
Yep, yep, and he's working on it and another one right now too. He's been sending me pictures of. So yeah, Bob's a good mechanic and
Yeah.
stuff, and knows how to make stuff go fast.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to go Mile High Nationals with Bob every year. Like it was.
It
was good.
sucks that, we don't have that.
I know. It's crazy. It's hard to. It doesn't even seem real, honestly. Like.
It's crazy how many people, like how far out from Bandimere, Wyoming, New Mexico,
Yeah.
Kansas, obviously Colorado, just so many different people met from going to Bandimere
Right.
probably,
Yep. That was the first place I met Hayden,
Yep.
and I'm sure he remembers what happened there too.
What happened there? I'm
He
just
got
curious.
his ass whooped, is what happened. That was the first time I met that dude, but yeah, he got whooped.
Yeah.
And that was the very first time I ever even drove my car. And it was a no prep, and it was still set up as a radial car. I didn't know what I was doing, and we literally put a motor in it, and we went to Sturgis to test it. We got there, and it got rained out, so I didn't even get to make a pass. And then the next weekend was that No Prep Kings deal, that locals only.
Yeah.
And so that was the first time I even drove the car, was that race.
Yeah.
And then Hayden did good. Hayden went to the final. I raced him in the final and whooped him.
And then you raced again the next year too, right? Or is that the year that
No, the next weekend we went to Ohio and raced it. Raced on
there
that
was
show.
one No Prep Kings race that
Oh yeah,
you guys were there and I was
yeah,
up
you
there
came
too.
and hung out. Yeah, that was the last Bandimere year
Yep.
that they were open. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. We went to the final then too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little bit. The final was a little wild.
Yeah.
I thought you won, but
yeah. Yeah,
you know,
it
I
was-
mean, sometimes it's difficult to really see from the starting line, but
Yep.
it looked like
Yeah.
from where I was standing at, I thought you won. But
Yeah. Yep. No, yeah, it was that just like this Cleetus race. Like when we lost too, it looked like all the video from the starting line, it looked like we were close, and even when my car started to have the problems that it had, I think that dude was driving away from me anyway. So I don't know. I don't know what would have happened. My car back ends is where it starts flying. So who knows what would have happened. But yeah, that's crazy because, yeah, from the starting line video, it looked like it was a super close race. And it was until probably 200 feet. But
Right. But that truck is not your average F-150. It doesn't
No.
even have a Coyote motor in it.
no, it's got a big block Chevy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was wild. All those trucks were wild. Those dudes just had their shit together. Like,
Yeah.
that's all there is to it. Those guys, they were way more prepared. We had a lot of fast dudes. Like, it wasn't definitely no ducks. It just,
Right.
they had their shit together way more.
Yeah, and maybe you'll race with them again, right?
Yeah, that drive sucks. It'd be tough to honestly consider, but maybe. We'll see. Courtney loved the drive, so maybe she'll just drive the whole way and I'll sleep.
Right.
I drove a long time on the way
She
home
did.
for like 14 hours.
She drives, yeah. She
Really?
does a lot of driving. It's so
Who
handy.
drives more to Pueblo?
Me.
Equal,
I usually drive the whole way there,
and then I'll drive
and then we'll
most of the way
split.
back.
Yeah,
On the way back?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
quick. That's
Yeah, 6 hours is
nothing.
literally
yeah.
Compared to
We've
that
driven
trip, you
it so
guys,
much
yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Even going to Yellow Belly is what? At
I think it's 14 hours, 15 hours maybe.
least it's only half.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, and before the bad roads, like, God, what was it? What state was that with the terrible roads where we had to stop and get tires?
Was it Georgia?
No, it might have been
No.
Alabama.
No, it was before. It was after Nebraska. Was it? Did we go
Missouri?
through Missouri?
Yeah, Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah, it was horrible.
That was horrible.
It was literal. Yeah, it was horrible. Trash.
Well, plus our motorhome is like a lumber wagon.
It
In the
is.
front, it's
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah, it
But we
was.
kept hitting pothole after pothole, and it just tanked our tires.
Yeah, it destroyed a front set of tires.
So it was an adventure.
It was
Sounds
an
like.
adventure,
was.
yeah. And
Yeah,
then
we
we were
were-
at the tire change place for 3 hours. These bunch of dingleberries. Yeah, this grown ass man,
horrible.
instead of picking this jack up, he kicked it across the whole entire
Whole
shop
shop
with his
floor.
feet like he was 6 years old. It was,
From one corner to the other.
yeah, it was stupid. And
We were
then
like,
he
there's
messed.
no way he's going to work on ours. And
Yeah.
then he got over there and he was like,
Yeah.
we were like,
yeah, it was.
you
oh
see our
my
Wyoming
God.
plates. We're obviously traveling.
Yeah,
Right.
it
Don't
was-
rush.
Yeah,
He didn't.
Yeah, they
He
didn't.
didn't.
Good thing. Then he messed our center cap up,
Hit it with a hammer, and then he was like,
trying to beat it out. They look like golf balls now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was stupid. His butt cracks hanging out while he's fighting a tire. It was stupid. It was
he
was
could.
stupid.
He fought the one tire.
yeah.
Couldn't
and,
figure it out.
And then he'd stop and
and then-
stare at it.
And then this other guy came over and was like, okay, I'm here to help. Got it off like that.
Yeah, it was. We were there for like 3 hours.
They were super nice.
They were really nice.
They were nice.
That's
They were very nice. to us.
That's good.
Yeah, they were. Just shouldn't have been changing tires.
The one guy. The one guy.
shouldn't have been
Well,
changing
when we
tires.
got there, he grabbed his, we got there, waited in line, and then he looked at us, made eye contact, grabbed his lunch, went to lunch. The guy
Yeah.
that came around and helped us was like, did that guy walk in front of you guys?
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, when it hits 6 o'clock, he's going to lunch. He
Yeah,
doesn't give a
he
shit
doesn't
who's in
care.
line.
Yeah, he
Right.
was. Yeah,
And he did. He
Yeah,
didn't
he
even
did.
acknowledge us or anything.
yeah,
He's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
yeah. He
yeah.
literally was. Yeah, the dude. Yeah, it was painful to watch. I could have went over. Couper and Ian could have changed those tires faster than that dude did for sure.
He was using
Yeah.
the same tools that we use. They
Yeah,
just think of them.
literally, it was a mess. It sucked. But we still had 900 miles to go, and then
Mhm.
another 2,200 mile drive back home. So we had to do it.
Yep.
It sucked, but it is what it is. It was kids got to get out and play football and stretch, and
Yep.
but yeah,
3 hours.
3 hours. Got dark.
we
Alligators were
stop
gonna
and-
bite us.
In Missouri.
Yeah, you don't
Did
know.
we slept right after that, didn't we? We didn't drive very far and we pulled over and we were like,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
just sleep.
Yeah, in that red top motel or parking lot or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Must have been sleeping.
Yeah, Cooper slept.
Literally.
Cooper sleeps like he's coming off a high all the time. I don't know. That
Out of the
dude's
60 hours that we drove, I'm not kidding, I bet he slept 50. Well, that's not true because we were there for 24 hours.
Right.
So
yeah, so he,
50
Right.
minus I bet he slept for 45 hours.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
like
just constant.
out, like not even faking.
Well,
It was
he doesn't have to
wild.
deal with the trip. He just wakes up and he's where he's.
I know.
Literally.
He had it made. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
the dude
funny.
sleeps more than. Yeah, that was
It
wild.
was crazy.
But yeah, it was a good time. I wish we could have left a little sooner and done some more stuff on the way, but
And we stopped in Tennessee at a
yeah, we did, and
Jack Lake
fished.
and fished for a couple
Yeah,
hours.
there was
That's
a
cool.
sign that said "Don't
Catch
eat the
anything?
fish." No.
No, there was a sign that said, "Don't eat the
Crocodiles.
fish known to cause cancer."
Yeah.
Man,
There
Yeah.
was a sign right where we were fishing that said that. Yeah.
did the fish cause cancer?
Yeah. It was wild.
That's
Crazy.
crazy.
So we were like, all right, we'll just catch them and throw them back. But we didn't
Yeah.
catch anything.
Yeah, we didn't. And then Courtney saw a TikTok of a kid getting eaten by an alligator. So she was terrified to be by the water the whole time.
So they had to get out of there.
Yeah.
I was like scanning. Yeah, it was intense. Oh,
Yeah.
no alligators.
No alligators.
Tennessee,
We
Nicky
I
Jack
think we
Lake.
watched a drug deal in the black. Yeah, a dude was in a little
Oh, yeah,
black
when they-
car, and another
Yeah.
dude pulled up. Went
Yeah,
to
they
his
got
window.
out
Yeah,
and- And then left again.
so that was cool.
Florida's wild.
Yeah, it was.
We-
yeah, it was.
Tennessee was wild. We pulled up to a gas station that said it was like a truck stop. It wasn't.
Ghetto.
It was like in a
Tennessee.
residential area. And as we were leaving, 3 cops
Oh
swarmed.
yeah, they
3
Spikes.
cops stormed in, and they got out their spike strips, and they're like getting ready to.
Courtney
and
rolled her
I was
window
like,
down and was like,
"Can
"Are we good?"
Yeah, can we
Yeah.
go? And they were like, and I was like, oh my god.
And
I
at that
panicked.
same gas station, we were just getting gas with the motorhome and a trailer, and some drunk dude walked by and was like, "What are you guys racing?"
and he was on the way to a race.
Yeah, and he was a radial racer. Him and his buddy raced Fox Bodies, and he told me their names, and he knew everybody, and he was wearing a shirt about one of Duck's races.
One of
yeah,
the
and,
lights out or
Yep.
something like that. Yeah.
and he stood there, and it was like 3 a.m. too, and he was drunk, and so the conversation lasted an hour longer than it should have. But
Right.
he was cool. He was super nice the whole time, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was an adventure. We've never been that far, so now we've raced from California to Florida.
Yeah, that's
So that's
awesome.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now we just got to fill in some states in the middle.
Yeah.
We plan
Louisiana.
to- Ah. I don't
We
know
drove
about
through
that.
Louisiana on the way back. I don't remember
Yeah, we
anything
went
about it
to-
though at all.
Just been sleeping.
Joey's doing that race at I-29.
Are you guys going to that?
Yeah,
That's
I want
cool.
to. Yeah, he's got a Friday night. He's doing like a small block, small tire race where no boosted big block stuff, and so we'd probably go and do that with the green car.
Yeah.
Go support Joey, and that dude's been a big help to our team too. He knows what he's doing. It's pretty crazy what he can do just by reading data over
remotely.
online. Yeah, he's a super talented dude and been a huge help.
I mean, he's helped you go rounds, right? Just
Oh,
from
yeah.
you sending them some files and
Yeah,
boom.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And he's way smarter about it. I've gone faster without Joey helping because I'll try stuff. Joey's just way smarter. He's there to win, and he's
Right.
smart about it. I
Yeah,
want to.
he's not. He always tells you you're not trying to go out and break records.
Yeah.
You're trying to go out
Right.
and win.
Yeah.
So you tune
Yeah.
your car to win, not to go
Not
your
to go-
fastest
yeah.
every
Right.
single time.
Yeah.
But Joey's
Trying-
like, no, I want to go fastest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we argue about. I want to go faster. He's
But
like,
he's
"You're
looking at the
just-"
big picture. He's looking
Yeah,
at
yeah.
what the
Yeah.
surface is looking
Yeah.
like, and
Yeah, what you can do. Yeah, if it was up to me, we'd be blowing the tires off every pass we made because
Right.
I want to go fast. But
Yeah.
no, he's huge. He's smart. He knows what he's doing.
yeah. And I mean, he was the captain of the
Yep.
rear-wheel drive deal, right?
Yep.
So, did he tune everybody that he picked, or
Nope. He was racing, doing his own thing, and he went a couple rounds, and so he was busy with his. And there was some people on the team that are pretty secretive. Everyone was sharing draggies, but there was a couple people that still won't say what they went. And
right?
I mean, it's pretty easy to know what they did do, though. But yeah, it was. Yeah, he wasn't tuning, and he was pretty busy doing his own stuff.
Right.
But he ended up getting his car that second round. If he would have kept going, he would have been flying too. His second pass, he picked up quite a bit, and like yeah, he did help us with ours. He helped us a little bit. Like our second round tune-up, my car did whatever happened to it. It happened right before the 330, probably 300 feet, And our 60 foot and our 330 from our buy run was a tenth faster on both. So we were about to really fly. So,
Yeah.
but it's still, I don't think it was enough. That orange truck was fast.
Big block Chevy.
Yep. At least that's what it was. At least we
Yeah.
didn't get mopped up by some Ford powered thing.
Yeah.
Freaking Manuel.
He's wild.
He's way wild, but he's funny.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude.
Manuel's YouTube guys should get an award. That
Yeah.
we laughed our ass off of that video that he posted.
Yeah, and it's got Couper in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says not
that's-
okay.
That dude did some work. That's funny shit.
Yeah.
Was everybody pretty cool though?
Yeah. super
Overall?
cool. Yeah, there was, yeah.
I don't think we felt like,
Yeah, no.
even
it
by all
was-
the guys when they were winning, they weren't like
Yeah, no.
talking shit or to
Yeah.
us at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see it to
I think- yeah.
anybody. If they're,
Mm-mm.
yeah, that was a cool deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Cleetus was
was,
super cool. The kids were so excited to meet.
There was no spectators, right?
no spectators.
no,
Yeah.
everybody's crew. There was still quite a people on the side, but it was supposed to be everybody's crew, people and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it was super cool. If it wasn't so far away, I'd do that more often.
I hear you. I mean, that is a trip though.
Crazy.
But if you move to Texas, you won't need to go to Florida.
I know.
You can
You
race
even have to
year-round
leave your own
Texas, too.
backyard. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be ideal.
So tomorrow we're gonna be at your shop
Yeah.
certifying some chassis, right?
Yep. Yep.
Which is pretty cool of you guys to open up your shop and let some racers that
Yeah.
need to get their chassis certified before the season
Right.
starts
Yep.
come by. I mean, spend your Sunday. Let me invade your shop to
Yeah.
cert some cars is a pretty cool
Yeah.
thing. I appreciate that
Yeah.
for sure. And
Not a
I'm
problem at all.
sure everybody that's coming to get their
Yeah.
car certed appreciates it too.
Yeah. Don't have to drive all the way down there, but
And then next week, what day you guys leaving? If you do go, what day are you leaving?
we'd have to leave like Wednesday afternoon because we'd have to be there Thursday night.
And are you what do you think about coming to Pueblo on the 19th for the backside test day, or are you just going to wait?
I want to. We're changing some stuff on the orange car, changing more stuff, trying to go faster. So hopefully it's done by then and definitely can make it.
How you going to find time?
Oh, we'll find it.
Yeah.
This dude don't sleep.
When I
Love it.
get something in my head, I go like a crackhead and I can't walk away from it until it's done.
Yeah, what you were telling me about?
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
going to be cool. I'm
Yeah.
curious. I'm like to see how that works out
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep, we'll make it work. It
Yeah.
should help a lot, lighten things up and
Yeah.
go faster.
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna get to work on that as soon as possible, and we'll be ready.
Yep.
I'll go find me some meth and get to work.
Yeah, right. Somebody's going to believe that, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
Good. I hope they do.
Yeah. They'll start sending it to you in the mail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Start. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Send me some Mountain Dew.
Ugh.
Well, I guess we'll wrap this up. First episode. I
Yeah.
definitely appreciate you
Yeah.
guys.
We
heck yeah.
appreciate you
Thank
having
you.
For sure.
Yes. Thanks for having
Hopefully
us.
everything sounds good and recorded good.
Yep.
Either way, I'd like to have you guys back on at some
Yeah.
point when you're down in Pueblo
Absolutely.
at Alpine Ford.
Yep.
Because
Absolutely.
typically that's where I'm going to be
Yeah.
doing this little thing, and I'm just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
I could care less if anybody likes it or not.
Yeah. Who cares what anybody
You know what I
thinks?
mean?
You can't make anybody happy
No.
nowadays. Everyone's got something stupid to say.
Yeah.
Including us, honestly.
Yeah, we'll be on there talking. Why'd you let those idiots on there?
Be on again.
Yeah.
No,
But, well, I definitely appreciate you
Yeah.
guys sitting down and talking
Yeah.
with me.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Um,
us.
Yep.
So I guess this is the end of my first episode of the Not Influence Show. All right. We're out.